So, K-Pop Demon Hunters is the best movie ever made. I mean, I don't think you can argue with me about this. I've watched it maybe 5 times in the last 2 weeks, ready to go and see it again. I'm obsessed, and I pretty much made this my entire personality. So, of course, I need these characters as Lego mini dolls, and seeing as how we're highly unlikely to see anything from Lego for at least 2 years, because they're a bit slow at catching up, I have to make my own. And if you have not seen this movie, where have you been? Go out and watch it. You're gonna love it. And if you don't, you're a sad, sad person, and you should take a long, hard look at yourself. All right, so I'm starting off obviously doing the Huntrix girls, and I will try and do the Saja Boys if I ever recover from doing this, because I've never done 3 custom mini dolls in 1 week. So let's go. So first up, I need to find existing mini doll pieces that might work, that then I am gonna like paint and change up completely. So these 3/4 length pants for Zoey will work really well, because also they're like a base of dark blue, so that's good. This top, which was from Lashina from the DC Superhero Girls, I bought a whole heap of these on Bricklink for discount. They've been so useful, and I'm obviously going to have to erase parts of these prints. I'll show you how I erase as we go along. There's so much to do. Okay, and headpiece for her, for Zoey, I thought Mathilde's head has got that really like cute, like open face kind of look, and we'll have to obviously change the eye color. Hair, nothing really works. So this is just for an idea. So this is going to be our base, but I'm going to make all of their hair out of polymer clay because there's nothing existing in Lego. So Zoey, right. So next up, Mira. She's the tallest, and like Zoe's so little, so we're going to use these platform shoes to be able to like make a tall girl, which is so cool, and she'd wear platforms. Anyway, this top, because I'm going to be able to erase some of it, we need a midriff top. I know it just doesn't look right yet, but you've just got to bear with me. And for the face, this one's so good. This is from Hannah. I had to look up where it came from because it's a unique face print. I don't only have one, but I'm using it. So we're going to have to change up the colors a bit, but the actual expression's so good. And this hairpiece would do in a pinch. So this is just so we can like kind of see what she would look like. Okay, all right. So this is our Mira base. And Rumi has got like the best hair. So I got distracted. So we got some dark blue pants, but now that I look at it, I think they're actually black. I don't think I have any black pants, but we'll mess about with that a bit. We can paint the boots on. Actually, speaking of boots, let's lift her up as well with some platform shoes. And that way, because her hair's going to be like so long, so outrageously long, that having that extra height is going to look really good. And this top, I've basically chosen this because no, I don't. I'm going to have to erase it all. But that's because I need a white undertop, and underneath this is white, and I'll show you what I mean as I erase it. This is Chloe's face from the talent show from years and years and years ago. Her lips were purple, but I've already painted them. But the rest of the face print, I think, works really nicely. I'm going to have to lighten up her eyebrows a bit too. And this hairpiece, just putting this on her for now because kind of the colours work okay and gives you an idea of an up ponytail. Anyway, this is where we're starting. We have got a long way to go to turn them into the Huntrix. So let's start by changing up the eye colours and the eyebrow colours as well on all of the 3 mini dolls. When I first start painting, my hands are so unsteady until I get into the groove of it. So this is an absolute hot mess, but it's okay because I can actually just fix it by scraping bits off with a toothpick. It started so badly. I always start so unsteadily with my painting. I probably shouldn't have started on eyes. Anyway, that one's bad too. This one's also good. Yeah, she looks great. Okay, so just to show you how I fix these up if I've made a mess, I can either scrape it all off with a toothpick, or I can just go in, I can find a little white of the eye that I covered over, and then use the toothpick to just create the lines again, or create where I want them to be instead of the overpaint that I've actually done. There we go. See, that was easy. Now you're seeing a whole week's worth of work here into little tiny snippets. We got some freckles going on. I just love Zoe's freckles. They're the cutest thing ever. So we're just making really light little freckles, changing her eyebrows to dark to black to match her hair. And these, of course, obviously I'm going over the lines again, but I can fix that up. I like to either scrape them down with my fingernails if I can get a nice, because I can get a nice straight line by doing it like this. Pink eyebrows for Mira. I've mixed them with just a little bit of brown so they're not too bright pink, but I might regret that. They might need to be brighter. And I'm actually doing their faces first because it's really hard to paint on their faces once I've put polymer clay hair on. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And Rumi, I think we might just leave her alone. I think this is looking good. Right, polymer clay! Let's make their hair. I have conditioned the polymer clay, which made it nice and soft, but not too soft. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos where I make polymer clay hair for the mini dolls, this is Fimo brand. It has the lowest baking temperature and it also is nice and firm, so it doesn't squish underneath your fingers so much, which is important when you're working at such a tiny scale because mini dolls are little and we're doing teeny tiny details. All right, so we have made a swimming cap basically to start with, and then making the details for her teeny tiny cropped fringe, which is just the most adorable thing. So the front is, I mean, it's important all the way around, but the front is the most important because that's what we're looking at. So we need to get all the little hair details in, cut the edges of this out so that it curves up just a wee bit. And if you're not interested in actually how I make any of this and you just want to see what the finished dolls look like, just skip to the last couple of minutes of the video. So I'm putting in some hair texture now before I put her little low buns in, because once again, it's easier to do it before than after. Learn all this from experience. A couple of little buns now. Little sausages, and then we just twist the little sausages into little thick twisted sausages and then turn them into a little round bun thing. Squish it down a bit. This one, because it's a little plaited bun, it doesn't have to be terribly perfect, which is it's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at that. So got one on, got the other one on the other side. Oh, her hair is just the best. We need an official hairpiece like this from Lego. It's so adorable. And they're these tiny little strands of hair that come around the side of her face. They're perfectly symmetrical. I don't know that I'm going to be able to achieve that, but I will, well, they're always in motion as well, so they don't have to look perfectly symmetrical. They're close. They're close. This looks so cute. Right, so this is before baking. I'm going to be very, very careful not to touch this again until it has been baked. So next up we got Mira. She's got her swim cap on, ready to go. She's got such a long, pointy face, which is, I love how all of their faces are so different and her expression's so good too, but I don't know whether I'm going to be able to achieve the longness of her face. I'm going to try to, but her hair is also long and straight, which is, I actually find this really, really difficult to achieve in polymer clay. So I've got a sheet in the back, which is kind of tongue-shaped, and now that I've said that, now I can't unsee the tongue, but no, we're going to ignore that I ever said this. We're going to attach this on, and I've added some texture to it. It looks even more like a tongue. It does not. It won't when we're finished. Oh, I should stop looking at things before we're done. Okay, so for her ponytails, they don't sit flat on her head. They actually curve up and over. So to achieve this is going to be really fun and interesting. So I'm going to pop them on a little ball, pop it on, and then I just kind of move it around so it looks like it is not too much like a... Yeah, actually that looks all right. Okay, I have fiddled with this quite a bit, added the extra one on, and now that actually looks really good. You have no idea how much I fiddled with this to make it get there. And here she is. She's all dressed up in her aluminium foil dress, ready to go into the oven. This is just to keep her safe, stop her from toppling over if her body melts a little bit, because this way I use these body parts that have cracked or are a little bit play-worn or something like that to go into the oven, ones that I don't need. Anyway, all right, so time for Rumi. She's got her purple bath cap on to start. And to make her big braid, I've got 4 little noodles. We're going to twist 2 of them together, get that bit off, and we're twisting this in one direction. This will come together, you'll see. So, and then we just twist a little bit tighter down the bottom so that it looks, a little bit tighter down the bottom. That looks like the right length. And then the other one we're going to twist in the opposite direction to the one we just did before. And at the moment they just look like 2 twists, right? But when you put them side by side by some magic, I don't know, I can't explain it, they turn into a braid. Look at that. It's so much easier than getting 3 pieces and trying to get them into a braid. So this looks so good. Let's see if I can get it on into her fantastic, huge braid. So we're going to start this right near the front. And it actually doesn't attach all the way down to the back. It kind of stops about 1/3 of the way down her head. And I've added a little tail onto it. And I'm trying to just kind of create some motion in it before we put it into the oven and hope that everything works. Here we go. Zoe's hair out of the oven. Nothing went went wrong. I'm so thrilled. It looks really, really cute. And Mira's, there are a few little marks in here, like inside where the aluminium foil kind of squished it, but that's okay because we won't see that when she's got a body in front of it. And Rumi's looks so good. I'm absolutely thrilled with these. Right, next step is painting their outfits. So, did you know that you can actually swap hinges from mini doll bottoms? So these are the thick hinges of the, well, some of them still got the thick hinges. So you can actually push it backwards so far that it pops out. So I'm doing that with both of these because I want a black hinge for Rumi's pants, because painting the hinge is like, it's just messy because when you then start moving them around, the paint just kind of scrapes off. So black hinge done. So next up we need to erase some of the clothes from off these mini doll parts. So this one actually has a white sleeve on the outside, if that makes any sense. This one is all light nougat colored. This one's going to be, we just need to get bits off the arms for her. So you can use now, oh, drip that. Okay, we can use nail polish remover to kind of take it off, but this is too slow for me. It does work, but I'm too impatient for this, and you can end up melting the plastic. Yeah, so this does work, but I got like a little portable nail grinder off Amazon, so like a nail polish grindery kind of thing, and you can put in different attachments, and I have these attachments left over from when I was silversmithing. So this one is like a 400 grit, like a sandpaper, but I can be very careful about where I'm taking the print off, and it takes it off nice and quickly, but it also goes around curved edges, this particular kind of little attachment. I don't know where else you can get them apart from like jewelry making stores. There must be other things you can use, but this works out really, really perfectly for me. So we're taking off all of the print off this one and just leaving the white behind. This is going to be Rumi's undershirt kind of thing, and then we paint over the top because I hate painting white. I can never get it smooth. So okay, painting all of the black layers first. So we got platform shoes, they all have to end up black. We got our black shorts for Rumi, just being really careful not to hit the hinge. Nice black boots. And I'm going to put on as much detail as I can on their outfits, but I'm just going to put on enough that you can absolutely, hopefully recognize who they're supposed to be, but I'm not going to be able to get it all on because I just am not superhuman. Like, there's difference between being able to professionally print on Lego and what I am physically capable of painting. So I'm just doing what I can do and hope that it is enough to be able to make these girls recognizable and to do them justice. Oh, and obviously I'm doing the outfits from how it's done from the opening of the movie, and they wear these outfits again, I think, when they're being interviewed. So you see these a few times, but I would like to do their outfits from Golden as well. God, there's so many fun things. Oh my gosh. But this is where we're starting. Just one thing at a time, Ellie. Come on. All right. So we have got some of the detailing on. The rest of this is all happening off camera because it is tedious and repetitive. But I'm showing you this so you never do it. I had some mica powder, which I mixed with varnish because I wanted to try and use it for their glittery eyeshadow. Absolute massive fail. It clumped on. It ended up everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. So don't do it. Don't. All right, here we go. Let's see how the KPop Demon Hunters look as Lego mini dolls. This is how I ended up. So we're starting with Zoey. Okay, we don't have all the detailing on here, but I hope I've done enough so that we can recognize who it is. And I've popped their little tassels on because they all had a different colored tassel, which I think is symbolic of something. I don't know what it is, but I just loved it. For her top, I made sure I put on the little flowers on the side as much as I possibly could. She's got her bangle on. She's got the little, I don't even know what the thing is up on her upper arm, but we've got that there. She's fully equipped. And for her head, we've already seen this, but I did add some eyeshadow. Not the clumpy mica powder one. I just added some paint, and I think with some little silver sparkles as well. I think she looks absolutely cute and adorable. I just love her to pieces. All right, so got Zoey. Next up we got Mira. Let's go. Let's put her together. So she's got her platform shoes on her boots, which actually don't look too cursed putting these together. Kind of like a little bit of a line, which I'd like to obliterate, but that's okay. On her skirt, I popped the red tassel and the chain, and her shirt almost kind of has the writing on the top and the little mountainy kind of geode, well, they're more like kind of rock geode formations on it. And her head, the hairpiece, this is the crowning glory. I think it's just a little bit more extra than I wanted it to be because it's quite wide, whereas hers goes straight down. But once again, always in motion, so it doesn't really matter. This is how she looks. This is so funky. I really want official Lego ones, but yeah, we'll have to wait so long if it even ever happens. And finally, Rumi. Here we go. Got her platform shoes on. She's got her shorts with a red stripe on either side, little pink tassel on there too. Her belt, I painted onto her torso, and I feel like I want to actually make that straighter and thicker and a lighter pink. I love how her jacket came up. I put as much definition on it as I possibly could before I just gave up because there was so much. And her headpiece with her hair, the crowning glory. Let's get this on. Oh, I have not done... All right, so she looks amazing. I haven't done the little gold tassely bit on the end of her hair. So she has a little flick, a little leaf-shaped... Yeah, I will fix that up, I think. But this is what she looks like. I don't know what the back of her jacket's supposed to look like. I concentrated on the front because there was so much happening, and I was doing 3 custom mini dolls at the same time, so you get what you get. But I think they turned out absolutely the cutest things. And I'm entirely obsessed. I really am. I want to give them more outfits. Thankfully, they have the same hair for all of the outfits, so we could do that. And we could just add ornaments to their hair and change up their outfits. But here we go. Let's have a look at their studio photos. A little bit of retouching up the saturation and vibrance because, of course, and here they go. They're ready for their official debut as Lego mini dolls. I think they translate absolutely perfectly into the mini doll form. I am 100% obsessed with these. I just have to keep looking at them. You may notice that I haven't given them their weapons, which are really, really important because they are demon hunters, but I'm going to do that next because I ran out of time and energy just making the mini dolls themselves, and I just didn't want to rush it. So I'm going to do their weapons soon, and I am also going to do the Saja Boys as mini dolls too. If you want, let me know in the comments. Oh my gosh. But in the meantime, I am going to just be listening to the soundtrack on repeat while the movie plays in the background. Excellent. Day planned. All right, I'll see you again soon. Bye.